Sweet, we should be live. Slight issues there, but I think I've sorted it now. That was painful. I think the stream's on and working. Let me know if you guys can hear me in the chat. Let me know if you can hear me. Good morning. Apologies for the late start. Sweet, so sweet. Good morning, guys. Wicked. All right, let's get into some just market analysis before the open in 10 minutes. Had a bit of trouble sorting out the stream, but it's sorted. That's fine. So I'm gonna jump over to this analysis that I shared on the Discord, and pretty much what I'm looking for is this is the daily time frame, and we tapped this supporting order block on Friday, and then we closed back within Thursday's candles range. So with that being said, if that's the case, then we have 50% of the supporting order block being respected, and a devil's mark candle at the top. I'm kind of expecting a move up higher, especially today, and to be honest, this entire week I'm kind of bullish on at the minute. We had that sweep as well of that supporting order box low. So yeah, everything here is kind of leaning bullish. So this was taken pretty much new when the market opened today, and with that we can pretty much jump into the actual trading view chart, and we can kind of see on the daily now where we are at with price. So again, if I zoom in, what am I sort of expecting with this sort of price action? If I go to the fib tool and draw out 50%, from this high to this low, we are currently now trading at around 50% of this entire range, pretty much. This is pretty much my range because this is the swing high we created. We haven't really created a swing low back to a swing high, so we haven't created this sort of pattern. We've sort of just done this. That's what price to me looks like on the daily. We don't have this, and then getting that move. I'm sure if you jump down to like a lower time frame, you might have something similar to that. So we can have a look at the 4 hour. But for now, let me just chuck this on like so. Drop down to the 4 hour. And then obviously on the 4 hour, you can see we have a bit more structure, right? So pretty much we have opened up and we had a change in state delivery formed over here on the 4 hour. And we've now approached this 50%. So to be honest, this isn't really a place I would want to long. And if I am longing, I'm going to be longing the highs, which isn't ideal. Jack looking zoinked. Bro, it's currently 12:30 at midnight, bro, in Australia. Like, trading New York is so hard in Australia and New Zealand, bro. But anyway, what am I expecting, or what I want to see, right? I kind of want to see a move down lower for us to push up higher. What is going on there, man? What is going on there? Okay, but you get the picture. I want to see us go lower, sweep up some lows, and then for us to push higher. So if I drop down now to the 1 hour, what do we have for the 1 hour structure? To be honest, we don't have much to work with. Target wise, I obviously have a swing high here that I can target. I'm just switching to make this a black line for now. Gotta speak louder. Bro, I have people sleeping in the house. Just let me know if that audio's alright. But yeah, guys, if this is my only draw right now, my next draw is going to be this level up here. And to be honest, that's a 250 point draw. Honestly, we're going to have to see what happens at market open. Ideally, we do have some lows, low resistance liquidity building here. So a sweep of, to be honest, even a sweep of like this high, or just a dump. I'm up for both. Ideally, if we leave this high intact, it then creates a drawn liquidity if we do just dump for later to target, if that makes sense. So what am I looking for? We're at 50% on that higher time frame. I want to see some sort of dump down. If I draw out my 50% of this range, this entire move, our 50% area comes here. So we'll be looking at these areas and we can see what happens. But yeah, we have a new week opening gap to focus on potentially. Yeah, this is an interesting day, especially Mondays aren't the best times to trade, like the start of the week, in my experience. And tomorrow as well, guys, is a bank holiday. It's Veterans Day in the US. So yeah, I'm not going to be trading tomorrow. The aim for today, so on this TPT account, I did take a trade earlier in, I think it was end of London session. I just took a small trade. It was a little like $900 win. So the idea is to pretty much use those profits that I made today, essentially house money, and just trade, take a setup, risk the profit I made today to see if we can hit a nice 2R trade, 3R trade. It depends what setups we get, and close the day out there. But yeah, we'll see what happens. Dropping down in fact to the 30-minute time frame, it's a mess. It is a mess. Like, this is just consolidation. We're just stuck in this range at the minute. I'm not gonna lie, if I put on the sessions, and I said this somewhere on Discord, is that I genuinely think today's going to be one of these days where we just kind of pump higher and it's going to have like maybe one entry given. I just think we're going to grind higher today. So yeah, this would be my ultimate target. But yeah. Yeah, we've got about 4 minutes till market opens. Yeah, man. One minute, guys. I'll turn the dishwasher off. And just let me know, guys, if the stream like starts lagging or anything, or if it's something on your end is causing like the stream to be slow or something. But yeah, just let me know. No news this week at all if the government stays shut down. Yeah, this is the thing. It's hard because no data's coming out, right? I think it's meant to be like CPI week technically. But yeah, again, there's no real big news coming out, so it's hard with the government shutdown. But yeah, we've got about 2 minutes nearly until New York opens, and then I think we're just gonna see what happens. But yeah, this is pretty ugly. There's nothing immediate for me to think I want to get into. Yeah, it's just a complete mess at the minute. My levels. Yeah, so we'll see what happens. See if any trading opportunities arise. But yeah, just gonna stick the 15-minute on for now, and then we'll just pretty much chill here. if anything, we can watch this level. If we do sell, what happens here? But if this happens and we get a reaction higher, then I can potentially see these highs getting swept. But let's check also ES for SMT at the open. Just under a minute now. It's an interesting 4-hour close. I do 30 more minutes till the 4-hour closes. I think we're just gonna actually just keep pumping today higher. That is my thought, and we shall see. We've got 10 seconds here till market opens, guys. Let's see what happens. See what fireworks come today. 1 second. Market is now open. I think we're gonna hopefully sweep up this high. Here comes the high. Should sweep it. This is a fat range there. This is like a fat range. Come on, take the high. And if it takes this high, it makes my life harder, right? Because you're longing from the highs, right? If you are bullish, which I am, it's kind of like you don't want to be doing that, but there's the high taken. Yeah, so again, we don't have any targets apart from that really big high up here. Again, if I'm going to be trying to trade this, and if price does want to just continue higher, obviously I'm going to have to get on side of this with something supporting, like a supporting order block or something, but I really wanted to see us push lower today before I could get on side to go higher. And that might not happen. We might sweep out this high and just be bearish today. So there is that possibility, right? We have all of these lows now created that are kind of low resistance liquidity lows. So after sweeping a high at the open, is it possible that we're now going to get in the next, I don't know, 5 to 10 minutes, you know, the next candle is going to open, and is it going to just going to form a big bearish candle, creating a change in state delivery on what, 3 minute, for example? Yeah, it's a possibility, right? And we just got to be ready for that. Why that level you just marked out? So if I was to go long right now, what targets do I have? The only targets that I have are this high, or if I was to get long here, I could have a TP at this change in state of delivery on this higher time frame. So I could have it here, or I could have it to this swing high that we have up here, if that makes sense. Want to see it come back to the gap, to be honest, but it rockets up. Yeah, I mean, that's NQ, right? I mean, I just feel like when you watch NQ for so long, like when you trade it for so long, and you see these sort of days where we just happen to be bullish, we're just going to end up grinding higher, and I think that's a big possibility today. Yep, let's turn off, clean up the chart a little bit. Yeah, like look at price action, right? If this is the 4 hour displayed on the right hand side, I understand if we're in a trend and if we're just going higher and higher, but like from a probability perspective, is this something you really want to long? Because if the answer is yes, and you can't identify that this is probably going to be a low probability long, then you need to like do, I don't know, I feel like you need to do your own like analysis and like or reasoning, like what's your reason that you would take a long here? Like, not to say that like a long wouldn't work out, it's just that in my opinion it's low probability. Again, if the market's trending higher today, if that is what it's going to do, if it's just going to go higher and higher and higher, and you get on side with a long, I'm pretty much sure if you take any long, it's going to work out if the market's trending, right? But yeah, my brain's telling me not to do it. We have a 4 hour fair value gap that we're trading in with it now. The next 4 hour is up here. But yeah, like we'll see. I want to see it dump right now. Yeah, bro. I mean, we're 5 minutes in. We'll see where we close in 10 minutes, which will be the 15-minute candle. And if we close like this, it's, yeah, I honestly think we are just pumping higher today, without an entry. Personally, I don't think it's going to provide, but we'll see. Just got to read the market, read what it's telling us, right? Five hour, 5 minute. Is that no wick? Yeah, there's no wick on this 5 minute. Yeah, so even for a 1 minute entry, I don't see any higher time frame structure, to be honest. Nothing for a short. And again, it's so hard to get long here. I think it is one of these days, guys, or like even weeks, or the bank holiday tomorrow, like you kind of want to be risk off. I think it's the right term. Like you don't want to be, you want to be down. I feel like downsizing today is not a bad idea. Taking some of your normal risk, lowering it a bit. Yeah, I can't explain it, but like I've seen this sort of like consolidation, expansion. Like I've seen this before, and it just all it does is go higher. And I just, yeah, I'm pretty set on that, to be honest. I don't know. Nothing on the 1, nothing on the 3. Do we have any targets for ES? We do. So is that high the same high I marked out? It is. Okay. So looks more likely that ES will take that high, to be honest. Looks closer, right? Last week, gap and go. It did, bro. It did. And I think we're just going to do the exact same today, bro. We're just pushing up higher. So off the open, we're already like 80 points up, which isn't too crazy. But yeah, like, I just can't get long here, boys. I can't get long here. It's like, this is what price is sort of doing, right? We had a push up in London session and then we just kind of consolidated, right? And looking at it, there was no like manipulation of the low, and now we've just got this fat candle. So I'm either going to expect price is going to start consolidating again and it's going to continue up higher like this. It's going to continue up higher, or we're going to sweep out another low, get a close like this, and then work our way down like that. Does that sort of make sense? But we're just pumping now. So we were 250 points away from this high. We're now about 200 points away. It's so annoying when like you analyze the market, you have a good read of where price wants to go, but you can't find an entry function to that. Does that sort of make like it is frustrating. It is, and that's just how it is. $685 target on NQ, I guess. 685. What's 685? Why that level? What's at 685? Like if you're looking at like projections, like standard deviation projections, yeah. I used to use standard deviation projections quite a lot in the past, but I don't really use them anymore, to be honest. There's nothing here. Alright, so at the minute, if I was to draw out my range for now, if price wants to rebalance, 50% is the area. If we're to go higher, start getting closures below 50%, then starts invalidating, and then this low becomes potential target. But yeah, if this keeps pushing up, we just extend, because price is never just gonna go up. It needs to pull back. Well, to be honest, price can do whatever it wants, but yeah, price will pull back to rebalance or give opportunities, give all types of people within the market an opportunity to get a fair price, if that makes sense. That's what the market's doing, it's rebalancing. So this 15-minute candle is going to close in about 1 minute, and this is quite a strong 15-minute candle. So what I usually do in these situations is that if you think of the next 15-minute candle, does it make sense? Like, can you picture the next 15-minute candle being a complete bearish 15-minute candle? Do you know what I mean? That's kind of some logic that I like to use. I can't, so like, I don't think we're just going to completely reverse from this high, but then again, we'll see. You got to remember, we've got the 4-hour close as well in about 15 minutes. And if we're closing up here, oh boy. Oh boy. Yeah, it's going to be, might just be a no trade day, but again, we show up to the market, right? Like, I show up to the market, you know, I come here at midnight, stay on for maybe an hour, hour and a half, maybe 2 hours, it depends. And it's nearly like 1:30 a.m., 2 a.m. If there's no setup, there's no setup, but oh well, that's the price I have to pay. It doesn't mean I'm going to get a setup, but fuck, it's hard being in Australia, boys. It's so hard. Yeah, it looks like ES is going to take out this high. I don't think NQ has a weight, a big. That's a lot. That is a lot to get up to there. I don't really see NQ doing it. I see ES taking this high. We've not even had a down close candle yet. She's just pumped. So yeah, that 15-minute candle did end up closing. We've got a new 15-minute candle. We've now taken that 15-minute candle's high. And we'll just, yeah. Nothing much going on. Seems like a GG day. Lemo, I jumped in 5 micros on NQ, but I'm sitting at break even stop loss. So you jumped in at 622. You jumped in there? Bruh, I don't even know what you took, bruh. Don't know what you took, but fair dues, bruh. There's just nothing here. Yeah, it's going to be one of these days where, I think I said it in the Discord. I said it's going to be one of these days where price is just going to go and not have any entries. And yeah, I mean, look, we're 17 minutes into the open. Like, okay, we've got ages, right? But just how it is. So yeah, we'll just be patient, just wait, see if anything forms, and just go from there, really. I just don't see us rejecting, to be honest. I did think this area to reject earlier because 15-minute CST, etc., but it's too bullish. Okay, let's check the 1 minute. Yeah, I wouldn't even bother, like, I'm just gonna stay on the 3. Alright, we're getting some retracement now. Just got here, Jack. Please do a top-down analysis. What is the strategy? Okay, I'll be honest, I'm not gonna go over my strategy when the market's open. I'm focusing on the market. I'm afraid if you want to check out what strategy I am using, it's on the YouTube. I've done it 3-part series, done a back test, it's all there. But right now I'm focusing on the market, I'm afraid. How many trades do you take before you started scalping? Wait, how many trades do you take before you started scalping in a week or month? What? How many trades do you take before you started scalping? How many? I don't really. That question's kind of worded really brokenly. How many trades do I take before I started scalping? Like just my normal strategy a week. I don't know, bro. Maybe I don't really have a number, to be honest. Scalping, I'm usually doing like 3 trades a day. Usually, if I do scalp, up to 3 trades a day. Sometimes it can be like, it can be more or less. Like I don't really have a set amount of trades I take, right? If I'm green on the day, the idea is to stay green. Like so today I'm up I think like $900, and today I'm just gonna risk $900 today. Worst case is that I go back to break even, right? All right, so we're getting a move down lower. This is looking pretty good. It's more like, in a sense, with what's happening now, it's like, okay, the market's been open for like 20 minutes. It's pushed higher. It's taken some liquidity. We're going to now see if this is like a trap, and see if this is now going to completely just dump down. And if it dumps down to here, then I can see all of these lows getting swept out, and possibly even going down to midnight open, right? So it's days like these where it's like I could as well, with where price is, it's where I would want to take a short. It's not where I want to take a long, and that's just me, right? But how big of a dump is this? This is about a 30-point dump. So yeah, just gonna see what happens. We've got 10 a.m. coming up. The closer we get to 10 a.m., the closer we get to it, the more I don't really want to get into a trade until after 10 a.m. Just because if you think about the hourly candle, which is also, and then the 10 a.m. being also a 4-hour candle close, do you really think that candle is going to expand in those final closing minutes? Does that sort of make sense? Because the next candle has to open up, it has to form its low or its high, the wick, right? So it has to put in one of these wicks. So yeah, it's best to just wait now till after 10 a.m. and that's what I'm going to do. I don't even think I'm going to touch the Traderify Cup accounts today. It's the week of eliminations today. I'm sitting at rank, I think when I last checked, I was like 265. So bottom 30% get limited now each day. And you've got to be within the top 200 to get moved to, I think they're a live account. And then the winner gets like 200k. So just got to get into that 200 spot by the end of this week, I think it is. Yeah. But yeah, this week, tomorrow is a bank holiday, so I won't be trading tomorrow. Potentially we'll be trading Wednesday. I have a flight I have to catch down to Sydney. And then the market opens there at 1:30 in the morning. So yeah, I'll be trading in Sydney potentially, like maybe 2 days of the week. And then the following week I'm off to Fiji, and I won't be trading at all while I'm in Fiji because the market opens at like 3 a.m. I'm not being awake at like 3 a.m. to trade. No way. So that will be like a nice, I'll be taking like a week off, come back December. If we reject now, this is going to be hilarious. I mean, it's possible, bro. Why 100% I could see this playing out, but yeah, 1 minute. Like even a position like this on the 1 minute, I wouldn't take this because it's like you're preempting this in a way. And yes, we have a change in state over here on the 1 minute, but like, I just wouldn't take that. It's not the setup, it's not the model. You need to wait for this 15-minute candle to close, and we're trading back to where that 50% that I spoke about. So that 50% is an area where we can retrace back to go higher. And also, while we're here, when we have a candle like this wick, you see this wick here, how it forms. This to me is an imbalance, and usually, more often than not, price is going to come up and fill this candle's wick like this. And it's doing it right now. I've seen this countless times. It should be you should study this. Like a wick like this, they usually get filled like back, if that makes sense. And also, it's also closed back within the previous candle's range, right? Just on a 3-minute time frame. So yeah, but yeah, back down to that 50% area. And as well, if you've been following me, you know that I have this like little imaginary box area. We don't have to tap 50%, but like around this sort of area, that is still valid as 50% retracement. What would you say for a beginner that should be focused on? If you could list what to avoid and what you should help. If you're a beginner and what to focus on, like it depends how much of a beginner. So like, it's hard, right? Because when you start trading, a lot of people tend to like strategy hop. I would understand the concepts, like the basic fundamental concepts. Understand a strategy with where the concepts you learn, and then back test. The reason I say back test, and I don't personally like back testing, because it's just it removes all the emotion, and it's not like a true indication of how you would be within like live market conditions, right? I think back testing is only good for testing out your strategy, understanding your strategy, and stuff like that. But I would say, yeah, find a model, understand the concepts within that model, and then just back test it, and then from that you'll just kind of gain experience. You want to also look at psychology as well, risk management, obviously, because you're gonna break all the rules that you set out many times. You're gonna do it. I don't think any trader who's got into trading hasn't broken rules at the start, or even myself right now. Even though I am profitable, I still have those days I go on tilt. I'm human, right? That's human nature. Right, so is this a valid setup? It is, because we have SMT here. Again, would I take this? Nah, I don't think I'd take this. No, I don't think it would. So based on that 1 hour as well. So if I go on the 1 hour and I show you this, my 1 hour stop would be, so if I entered it now, my stop would be here on this 1 hour candle. Yeah, we can watch this. If this plays out, we've still got 2 minutes until this 3-minute candle closes. This would be a supporting order block entry function. Again, don't think I would want to take this, but this is why I like to do this, because this is a way of forward testing. It's to put logic in real time to use, and it's also something to do on the chart. I do want to stress, none of this is financial advice. I don't tell you guys when to take a trade or anything. This is pure just educational and entertainment. So if this candle closes above this body high, this then becomes a supporting order block to potentially push up higher. For me, I don't really want to get long here. We're longing at the highs, right? Essentially, if we take this, and I'm more comfortable not taking it. So we've got just under 50 seconds until this new 4-hour and 1-hour candle opens. And we can just do a forward test and see what happens. So 20 seconds. We seem to be closing at the high of this candle. Got 10 seconds. Ooh, is it not going to close above it? 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. There we go. So we now have the next hourly candle. That would be a tag. And we can see if this plays out. If it goes to TP, it goes to TP. I'm just not comfortable taking something like this, given where the market currently is. And again, if the trend for today is higher, then it goes back to that saying of just get on side with any supporting order block pretty much higher if the market's trending higher. But again, you have to think of the bigger picture, and you're taking a long at the very high of this entire bullish move. Like, it just sounds like suicide. But it can work out. If the market's trending higher today, this 100% can work out. But we shall forward test this. Break even on my mini long. Again, this isn't like, I know somebody out there I feel like would be copying what I'm putting on the chart. This is not a signal service in any way. But yeah, we'll forward test what happens here, and yeah. Yeah, so we have a 15-minute fair value gap here. So we also have a 15-minute closure back into the previous candle's range, which supports price to go lower, at least to 589, in my opinion. Remember that, if I just clean up the chart, remember like these sort of wicks, in my opinion, these like to get filled, especially with a candle closure back into this range. I could frame potentially price to come back to this area. So yeah. But yeah, the 5-minute, like these, it's a potential entry function. Like it is the entry function even on the 5-minute. Like it is, but it's just, I don't really want to be longing here, and I think that what it comes down to. This is what I mean. Like if this was a forward test, guys, not a forward test, a back test. Like if I was just back testing the market, and I saw this pattern, I wouldn't. The emotions that I'm showing like now, because these are emotions, right? Anyone who says you're like emotionless to the market is bullshitting. I can't lie, unless like they're really experienced. I don't believe like people don't have some sort of emotion attachment to the market. When you're back testing, it's just like, you see this, oh, I'll take it, quick, click, 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 see if it plans out. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, that's why I don't like back testing. It's annoying because I could see this playing out. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if it plays out. That's the thing. I just don't feel comfortable taking a long here. That's just the honest truth. And if I was long, actually, I'd actually probably go break even here. After a sweep of that, I'd probably then just go break even, and then at that point, it's a free trade. Yeah. You hate backtesting? Yeah, but I think it's just like, if you're doing it to understand your strategy, 100%, it's good for that. But like, it's just not a real representation of how you're going to trade in the market. Yeah, it's just not. Because you have to understand, people might show you, oh, look at my strategy, I back tested it, I have this win rate. I'll be like, I don't care, because you have no emotion in that back test. It's more of like, go forward test the market, you know, go spend 2 weeks doing a forward test and see what results you get. I think anyone who shows like back testing results, I'm just like, alright, great, bro. It's like, I don't know if anyone else has also had it, but like when you're back testing, it's like, you can be clicking, you don't take a setup, and it's been like a week and you haven't taken a setup. Like, you're telling me you would go a week without taking one setup, without finding one thing within the market? That's what I found, is that I just end up skipping, and I'd be like, I haven't taken any trades, but like, I'm now like a week and a half in, like, might have just made the lower wick of the 30-minute. Bruh. Who knows, right? You're 7 minutes into a half-an-hour candle, bro. This could literally take this high and then just dump. That's just, you don't want to be predicting. You kind of want to read it for what it is. And if I was reading it for what it is, then this long would be a setup. But did not want to take it. 100% I'd go break even though, if I was in this and this high got taken. 100%. Or if ES took the high. But yeah, I'm not. This is so far into like some sort of premium. I can't long this. It's just mentally, I just physically cannot. Oh, it's like this is even a second entry here. See, that looks like much lower. Like, my stop would go there. My TP would be there. I feel so disconnected from the market and back to, yeah, that's what it is, bro. You don't really care, you just click. It's all clicks. That's all it is. mean, like the worst case, right, guys? If I don't end up taking a trade today, then I'll just withdraw the profit that I made, and I'll go back down to my buffer of 4.5k. That's the worst case scenario. So either way, I either take a trade, I lose it and go back to break even, or I don't take a trade today and I request some money. This is a win-win today, boys. It's a win-win. But yeah, we're getting some movement down. I kind of want to see this high get taken, I'm not gonna lie. I do want to see this high get taken. The second CSD is what T trades use to identify the second CSD is what T trades uses to identify when wicks potentially formed. What do you mean, bruh? So that is actually a scalp. So this is my scalping model. I would probably scalp from this high to that 30-minute high, but I'm not scalping today. Yeah, 100%. Like a 7-point scalp. But yeah. So I'd be in that scalp now, and I'd go to that high, and then that high's taken. There you go, 6-point scalp. That would have been a nice scalp, but I'm not scalping today. I kind of want to just play with the profit that I made. I have no idea, bro. So when a new 30-minute candle opens a bullish CSD, and that candle would indicate the lower wick has been formed. I don't know, bro. I don't like. You'll see similarities in his model with how I trade, but generally I've never been in his groups, like mentorship group, so I don't actually know exactly how he trades his model. I know it's similar to how I do it, but what he looks for exactly, I don't really understand too much. So yeah, that high's now been taken. We do have SMT with ES. ES hasn't taken this high. But yeah, if I was in this now, I'd be break even, pretty much. And to be honest, so the position I have now, I actually prefer this position, to be totally honest. But yeah, I ain't taking anything, and that's okay, right? Like I don't have a sense of FOMO that I missed this. It's more of a, I did all my analysis correctly. I did all my analysis correctly, and that's what matters. I don't have any type of FOMO about this. Like if this goes to TP, wicked, bro. That's a win in my head. It's a win that I made the right call on what price was going, what was meant to do, like 50%. There's SMT, closure, like I did everything that I could, but for me, this isn't the place where I want to take a long. It's like as much as I want to click that button, I have to like think, does it logically make sense where we are to take a long position? And I'm fine with not taking anything. But yeah, 100% would be break even here. And is it gonna come take us out? Like what would the risk be on this anyway? One contract, 650. Would have gone up to about 1R. Right, we have literally gone fuck all anywhere. So this is another thing I like to think about, right? It's 10:15, market's been open for about 45 minutes. Price has gone fuck all anywhere. Like 130 points, guys, is nothing. Like it's not that much. Like, okay, that would be break even now. Sweet. So look, now we're starting to form higher time frame, 30-minute closure back into previous candles range. Average Monday, yeah, I agree. So it's like now I could frame shorts based on that 15-minute. From this high to here. It's not something, it's like, you'd have to technically wait 15 minutes for this 30-minute candle to close. Like, it's a bit high risk, like one contract here. I'm gonna put a sit on, I'm gonna put this trade on, I'm gonna give it a go. So my break even here, if it plays out, is here. If this goes to stop me out, it stops me out, that's fine. The reason I'm going in short here, based on this 15-minute closure, I ideally don't want to see this high get taken. But yeah, we are bullish as hell, so this is kind of like against my bias. I'm okay with that. Again, I'm playing with today's profit. So yeah, this is really risky, I'm not gonna lie. We'll see what happens. And straight stop loss probably. So yeah, this is like more like preemptively thinking that we're gonna get some sort of 30-minute closure in 15 minutes. And yeah, but we'll see what happens. The reason I'm gonna go break even if it happens at this low, it's just because this is a potential area where we could reverse. But yeah, we'll see if we're just gonna pump up higher here. I'm gonna mark out 50% of this. If we get closure above this 50%, yeah, it's not looking good for us otherwise. But yeah, just be patient. Twelve more minutes of this 15-minute candle as well. But yeah, I could see us, if we can get back to that 15-minute value gap, offer price there and see what happens. I'm actually going to chuck up. I'm actually going to chuck up the 15-minute. There we go. Yeah, we'll see if this plays out. So this is basically my break-even area. I'm actually going to take this off because that's really annoying. So 50% here is now being respected. Just this will be break-even for me up down to this low. This is exactly what I want to see, guys. Chuck up the 15-minute for ES. So our SMT would be this low. So if ES hits this, I'm going to have to go break-even. And we're tapping into 50% of this order block now. So this is kind of like, I'm going to find out if I'm right or wrong. So this 1 minute, I really want to see it close at below this 50%. If we don't, not going to be great. And we want to see closures below these sort of wicks for us to go lower. And this, yeah, was not a signal trade, guys. Yeah, we're playing with house money, the on profit that I made today. So if this does go to stop loss, I'll call it a day, move on, wait probably to Wednesday when I next trade, but I'll be done. So yeah, this will probably be the only trade I'll take today. I don't like that 5 minute, by the way. That 5 minute, I don't like that. I don't like this. This looks like invalidation going to stop. Yeah, this is not looking that good. It's a tough one. Yeah, this is a pretty trash. This is pretty trash, I agree. Yeah, looking at that 5 minute, this looks pretty bad for me. This does look like an invalidation now. You know what I spoke about, these sort of wicks? Look what price is doing now, we're filling it. So yeah, this looks like an actual stop. Yeah, I'm gonna get stopped out here, I think. Came back down to that 50%. It is what it is. We move on, I guess. There's nothing much I can do. But we shall stay here and see if we get stopped out or not. I'm flat on everything, this is trash. PA diabolical right now. Yeah, I mean, it is pretty diabolical, bro. And this looks like we're about to get stopped. We didn't have any sort of SMT, did we, with ES before? No. We did just come down to that 50% area, but that's fine. ES lower time frame looks pretty trash. NQ, she just wants to push higher. We're not stopped out just yet. I wouldn't be surprised if we do get it stopped out in the next few minutes. But I'm going to leave that stop in place. If we get stopped, we get stopped. We move on to the next trade. Yeah, bro, by the looks of it, bro, I think it is going higher. I mean, the whole trend of today is higher, right? But like, I can't long up at these highs. And I just provided some logic to like why I wanted to get short here. Why is the screen now frozen? My logic was to come back down to this for value gap, and we're not getting it, so it is what it is. This does mean though I can go to bed, which I'm excited for. God, am I excited to go to bed right now. My stop loss is my bedtime. So yeah, look, see how we're now closing above that 50%? That's now in validation, but I'm quite comfortable, to be honest, just to keep my stop in. I'm happy just to lose that, the profit that well, not all the profit that I made today, but some of the profit. Oh, my MacBook is about to die. Here comes stop loss. And you probably see why haven't I put my stop loss at the high? Well, if we take me out here, it just kind of makes sense to go to that high. So yeah, we're like 4 points away. About to get stopped out here, guys. And that stop loss. And that's why I didn't want to put my stop at the high, because it kind of made sense to go to that high anyway. Like a reverse kind of scalp logic. But yeah, guys, that was just a loser. Quick review. To that initial long position that was here, obviously if I took this, we'd technically still be in it, but my logic was pretty much sound to come down to this 15-minute candle closure on this 15-minute candle that we entered on. It is a game of probabilities, right? It kind of made sense for me to come down to this low, and then that's when I would have gone break even, and then TP would have been down here somewhere. We obviously didn't get that, and that's absolutely fine. It is just a loser. It happens, you know. And I'm gonna go to bed. But yeah, guys, that's all for today. Not trading tomorrow, it's a bank holiday. Yeah. I hope everyone takes care. If you guys want to check out, link in the description, free Discord, whatever. Yeah. I also update my schedule in the Discord, so keep a check out on the schedule channel. I'm not sure I'll be live this week again. It might be just a Discord stream instead of a YouTube stream, but hope you guys enjoyed the stream. I hope it was kind of insightful, at least into the logic here. I think that's the most important bit, is understanding logic. And you can kind of see these levels, these 50% levels. I love using 50%. I think they're so they are so strong. You know, 50% of this order block, tap into it. 50% of this range, we come down low to it. So yeah, I hope that provided some logic to today. And yeah, take care, guys. Thank you for tuning in. I hope you have a great rest of your day, your evening, or whatever. And I'll catch you on